Good morning, dear students. We will continue chapter 1, assign value for variables. As you know, we have studied in chapter 1 the different types of data and how to declare variables and constants. In this video, we will know how to assign values for variables or constants. But at the beginning, I want to remind you with this code object name or control name dot property equal value. If you can remember with me, chapter 4 in the first term was talking about coding and how to adjust the properties programmatically, and we said that to adjust or to set the property programmatically or by coding, we have to write this code: control name dot property equal value. Okay, what is the meaning of assignment statement, or how to assign value to the variable? Assignment statement means that we have two sides of the equation, the right hand side and the left hand side, separated by equal sign. But keep in mind, dear students, that equal sign doesn't mean the arithmetic equality. Okay, it means that we take the value on the right side of the assignment statement, operator equal, and storing it in the element on the left, or the storage space or the variable on the left. For example, a equal 5. This is just assignment statement. It consists of two sides, the left side and the right side, separated by equal sign. And as we said, equal sign doesn't mean arithmetic equality. It means only that I will store the number 5 or the value 5 in a variable called a, which is a storage space in the memory. Another example, x equal 2. It means that we have a value 2, and this value will be stored in a place called x. This is the assignment statement. Another example, y equal 8. It means that we have a value 8, and this value will be stored in a place or a storage space in the memory called y. So y will hold the value 8. This is what we call assignment statement. Okay, so as we said, assignment statement means that we have a variable or property, and to assign a value for this, we will put equal sign and then we will assign the value. As you can see from this table, that we have different types of values. The value could be abstract value, x equal 2, just it, abstract value, or a value from a variable, y equal x. This is another variable, and we said here that x equal 2, so y equal x, it means that y also is equal 2. Or the value could be taken from a property, x equal text box 1 dot text. This is a property called text, and we will take the value from the text box and will be stored in the variable x. Or value from an expression, for example, z equals 3y plus 5, and as we said, y is equal x, which is 2. So in this case, we can replace y by 2 and solve the expression or the equation, and then we will be able to get the value of z. So the value of the variable z will be taken from the expression. Okay, let's write it by coding. Dem number as integer, and then number equal 5. What is this and what is this line of code? The first line of code means declaration. As we said in the previous video, declaration to declare the variable, and this variable is called number and its data type is integer. But the second line of code is assignment statement. You remember? Two sides, left side and right side, separated by equal sign. This means assignment statement. Number equal 5. Okay. Also, we can make another assignment statement by expression. Them number as single, and we said that this is a declaration of a variable called number with data type single. In the second line of code, we said that number equals 7. It means that we assign a value 7 to the variable number. What about the third line of code? This is the abstract value. What about the third line? The third line means that we are reassigning value to the variable number, but by expression. After solving this expression, we will get the value of the variable number. Okay. We may also have a value from a property or from the user. Let's look at this example together. We will make assignment statement of input received from the user to their corresponding variables, and then we will use control the properties that receive inputs from the user in the assignment operation, just like that. Look with me at this screen. What can we see? We see that we have here some labels: name, birth date, gender, number of family, and in front of each one we have text boxes that will take the value from the user, and then we will store this value in our memory and display it in label 5. So we will take the name from the property, add text from the property from text box 1, and we will take the birth date from text box 2, and gender from ready button, and number of family from text box 3, and then we will store them in our memory and display them all as using in label 5 after clicking on the submit button. How to write this code? How to activate the submit button? To activate the submit button, we need to write a code on it. And to write a code, we will go through our steps, which are declaration of constants and variables. But here in this case, we have all of them variables. Then assignment statement, and finally using what we have stored in label 5. Okay, let's write the code together. As you can see, we said that to declare variable, we will start with the word them, and the first variable is username, and we said it's data type because it's a name and consists of letters, group of letters, so the data type is a string. So the declaration rule to declare the variable username is them username as a string. What about the second variable, birth date? The birth date, we will use the word them user birth date as date because its data type is date, miscellaneous date. And the third one is them user gender as Boolean. Let me remind you that Boolean is one of the miscellaneous data type that takes only two values, true or false, and because it's a gender, male or female, only two values, true or false, so it will take the data type Boolean. And the last variable, number of family, and because it's a whole number, so we will say that the data type is integer. Them user number of family as integer. What is this? This was declaration of variables, and we have here 4 variables: username, user birth date, user gender, user number of family. What else? What to do with these variables? we have to assign value to these variables. From where we will get these variables? We will get these variables from text box or radio button. So we will say that we will take the first value from text box, and the second value from text box 2, and the third from radio button, and the fourth value from text box 3. How to write this? Okay, we will say that username, the first variable, will get its value from text box 1.text, and the second variable, user birth date, will get its value from text box 2.text, and the third, which is user gender, will take its value from radio button 1 if it's checked. If the radio button 1 checked, so will take its value from it. If no, it will take its value from radio button 2. And what about the last variable, user number of family? User number of family will take its value from text box 3.text. What do we call this? We call this assignment statement. To assign value to the variable, we are assigning the value from the property in text box to the variables. And the last step, which is using. After saying that we want to reserve a place in the computer memory to store values in it, we will assign the places that we will get the values from it, and then we need to use these variables, to use these values, to display these values in label. And to display these values inside the label, we will need to write this code, the last line of code that we want in label 5 to display the username that will be taken from text box 1 and the user birth date that will be taken from text box 2 and the user gender that will be taken from radio button and the user number of family that will be taken from text box 3. That's how we write codes. We write codes by declaring variables, assignment statements, the places or from where we will get its values, and finally we will use these variables. To this point, dear students, we have finished our lesson today. Thanks and best regards.